Hey y'all, my name is Ducky, and welcome back to the chaos. Boy, do I have a story for you. So a few days ago I was scrolling through Twitter, as one does when you have nothing better to do, and I came across something that, for lack of a better word, absolutely knocked the wind out of me. So I had gotten a notification from an account on Twitter who had followed me about 2 hours prior, and they had also gone through and proceeded to like and retweet most, if not all, of my tweets, which was odd, but I appreciate the interaction. But this person tagged me in with what I could only assume to be fan art, and this was the picture. Now, I'm all for fan art, no matter how weird or funny it may be. I think it's a really nice gesture to make something for me, given that I really deserve none of it. It is still very kind. However, this photo in particular raises so many more questions than it answers. For instance, why is my face so wide? Why am I in an abandoned hospital? And why is there a wheelchair covered in blood right next to me? So the setting, the context, and the execution made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And it was absolutely hilarious. I love this image so much. I loved it so much, in fact, that I changed my Twitter profile picture and my profile picture on TikTok. Which then inspired some of my followers to follow in suit and change their profile pictures as well. Now, I thought that this would have been it. I had memed this image to death, and I thought that that was it. Until I got another notification on Twitter. This person had made another picture of me, but instead they made me into a Fortnite character. Why? I asked myself the same question. Thankfully, this person added an explanation in the caption as to why they did this. I still have so many questions, more so now than I did before. I had never given any indication on social media that I was a fan of Fortnite except for this offhand tweet that I made, which honestly meant nothing. It popped in my head and I tweeted it, which is usually how most people make tweets anyway. Of course, then I made another video about it, and I was even more distraught in comparison to the first time around. And just when I thought it was over, the carrier pigeon had alarmed me once more. I look on Twitter and I see this. What? Of course, I immediately went to go call Marilee. So she picks up and I immediately don't even give her a second to think. I just tell her to go check Twitter. Before continuing the story, I want to preface by saying that I absolutely have no hate to the person that made these pieces of art. I love them, I really, really do. They have to be my favorite pieces of fan art that I have ever seen because they make me laugh so hard. However, when Marilee and I took a look at the captions on their tweets and also looked at their Twitter profile, we were caught in a bit of a dilemma. We genuinely could not tell if this was satire or not. The grammar in these tweets was not the best, and I'll be honest, even though I love these tweets more than anything else in the world, they are not the best quality. And that's okay, but it still adds to my ever-growing pile of questions. Is this a child? If it is, why do they have Twitter? If so, why do they not have the best grammar? Are they foreign? Are they a foreign child who is just trying to share their fan art with their favorite Five Nights at Freddy's creator, and I'm just a massive asshole for laughing at my face morphed over Freddy Fazbear in an abandoned hospital covered in blood? Needless to say, I was caught in a little bit of a dilemma. So logically, I needed to figure out if it was okay for me to laugh or not. I needed context. I needed to figure out if it was okay for me to laugh at these photos. Because I didn't want to crush a small child's spirit by laughing at the work that they made for me to see with my own two eyeballs. So while still on FaceTime with Marilee, we started going through this person's Twitter. And in hindsight, I think we might have stalked a child's Twitter account, but it was for the sake of finding answers. So I'm not even as upset as I think that I should be because I needed to know more. So here is a picture of their Twitter, and here is their profile picture. This is obviously not a picture of a child. However, I could tell that the person in this photo was definitely not Caucasian, so are they foreign? We kept digging. So I looked at their bio and I noticed that they like something along the lines of Abtin. Now, I thought this was an abbreviation for a fandom or something, so I asked Mare if she knew what this was, and she had no idea. Hold on to that. So we scrolled all the way down to the bottom of their page to find this photo that they had posted. What? The pile of questions has filled the room up to our necks at this point. I am drowning in questions and I am freaking out. Who is Abtin? What is Abtin? Why do people think that he's a pedophile? And why does this person have a fan page of this person? And why are they following me and sending me Five Nights at Freddy's edits? What is going on here? So we ventured into their liked tweets and we found so much about how people wanted this Abtin guy to come back. This guy apparently had like a relatively decent following on Twitter due to being like a competitive Smash Bros player or something. And yet neither Marilee or me have ever heard about this guy or this situation. So we were just confused. So like any person on the internet would, we kept digging. Marilee and I did not realize the severity of this internet mystery that we were about to uncover and how it was going to completely devour our lives for approximately 2 hours. But it's fine. It's fine. We were fine because we needed answers and we knew that it was probably not going to be good. So our first idea was to try and find this Abtin guy's Twitter account, right? That's what you would that's the first step that you would logically take if there's something happening on Twitter. And we came up with this, some random Persian guy, and we thought that this was our Abtin. Turns out it's not, so we kept digging. And then Marilee found this. Abtin's Twitter account is gone. This person had completely vanished off of Twitter. However, we did not stop there. We found this guy's YouTube channel, and it was completely wiped clean. We found his Twitch, nothing. But it did say that his last stream was 11 months ago. There's no VODs, there's no trace of this guy literally anywhere. So we kept digging and we found this. This article is the only known piece of information regarding this Abtin guy. But when you click on the article link to read more, the article is gone. What happened here? Where did this guy go? What did he do? I wanted answers and I wanted them now. So I reached out to the only person that I thought could give me answers. Abtin Simp on Twitter. And they told me nothing of value.
I need answers. Who is Abtin?
He plays Smash. He famous.
What happened to him?
I don't know. I miss him.
Why did he leave?
I don't know.
At this point, I'm desperate. I start tweeting about it. I made memes about it. I was screaming into the void of competitive Smash Bros Twitter, hoping a voice would scream back at me and give me the answers that I was looking for. We figured it out. We found a series of apology tweets from our main man himself on Twitter. So apparently this guy sent inappropriate photos to a 14-year-old, and his reasoning was because she cornered him into it. Need I remind all of you guys that this dude was like 18 or 19 at the time of this happening, and regardless of your beliefs about age gaps and all that stuff, he was an adult, she was a minor. That's gross. But we're getting off topic here. So while this series of tweets made me want to eat a whole porcupine, it still wasn't enough. We needed more. We found receipts. We found text messages. We found angry tweets. We found so much about this guy, but we found no trace of Abtin anywhere on the internet since like October of 2020. Abtin has completely vanished off the internet, and understandably so. But while I was rehashing all of this to a friend, thinking they would be just as interested as Marilee and I were, they just look at me with this deadpan expression and say, I already knew about this. You what? Yeah, back in the day, he was really big on Google Plus, and that's how we all knew about the situation. My friend literally looked at me and said, do not cite the deep magic to me, which I was there when it was written. So according to this new inside source, Abtin had not only been exposed about this on Google+, but his pickle pictures are still floating around on the internet because they got mercilessly spread around on a D-tier social media platform by a bunch of disgruntled teenagers who wanted to torment him. But I am so enthralled with the fact that this guy has completely wiped his existence off of the internet, including mainstream news articles, and the only thing left behind from this scandal is remnants of old tweets cursing his name or begging him to come back to the internet. And I want answers. If literally any of you guys know about this, leave a comment. If you find something that you think might answer these lingering questions, you can tweet me at rubberducky712 on Twitter. But this is not the last you guys will be hearing about this. I am not stopping here. Abtin, if you are watching this, what happened? Where did you go? Are you even alive? Please, I need to know. And I think the internet needs to know too. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this little odd video, like the video, share it, click subscribe, do all of that. If you want to join the criminal crew, do all the thingies. And Abtin, if you're watching this, sound off. How you been doing for the last like year and a half, buddy? So yeah, I know this is a bit of a shorter video, and it's just me blabbing about some weird internet thing that happened. But I mean, if you guys are interested about this, sound off in the comments about things, other internet scandals that you've heard about that not many people have talked about, and I don't know, maybe I'll talk about them and deep dive about them. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I will see you guys all later. Bye!